laying down on the couch, and I just thought that this would be kind of an interesting way to make a paranormal type of video. So, I'm tapping on some survival snacks. Planters, cashews, halves and whole pieces. So, it was recommended that I make a video sharing some of my paranormal and supernatural encounters that I've had, and I've had many of them. Very soon I'll share an email which was given to me by one of my subscribers, and she shared a paranormal encounter she had of a possible spirit or ghost that she recorded, and she sent it to me by email, so thank you very much. Thank you for all the birthday promises. Thank you for all the birthday wishes coming up on August 3rd. That's my birthday. And I'm so proud to have had a channel all this time, and hopefully can continue to grow it, but here we go. So I thought it'd be more, in the spirit of paranormal sharing. I thought it would be interesting to be on the couch, kind of like I'm outdoors situation where it's kind of like you're camping. And I've got the headband light on, and I am laying down just like this, and it looks kind of mysterious, so I thought that'd be cool. So, these are all 100% true stories. I would never make anything up. So, my granny passed away in 2005 of lung cancer. And the non-paranormal part is right before she passed away, she woke up completely, just out of a coma. And I sat on the hospital bed with her, and we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That was what the heck? That was a weird siren outside. I don't know what that was, but it sounded like it was whistling. Really went well with the video, didn't it? Anyway, I don't know if you heard it or not. I thought someone was whistling. I assume that was a siren outside. It sounded more like someone whistling, but okay. Anyway, so back to the topic. My granny just came up out of that coma and watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with me. Right when the movie started, she started watching it, patting me on the back. And we watched it together, and then right when the credits rolled, she gave me a hug and patted me on the back. Laid back down, turned around, and slipped back into the coma. And she was going, oh, oh. In the middle of the night, I told my mom at the hospital, I said, we have to go. I was 10 years old at the time, 10 years old. And I said, we have to go. We have to leave now. And we did. The next morning we get a call. She died right then. She died right as I left. She died that night. She wasn't even really there when she was in the coma. But she was answering questions, going, I was trying to get her out of the coma. And I kept hollering at her and kind of doing that to her face. And I said, do you hear me? She was going, She was answering questions to something. And I don't know what they were, but she was answering these questions. And, yeah. But that was a good memory. I got to watch that before she passed away. Another thing, though, this is the paranormal part. When we got back home, and I'm hearing a lot of paranormal, supernatural sounds in the house and outside again, but when I got home, both my mama and I went into Granny's room, and her television that she had in there quit. You would turn it on, it was just fuzzy, it would shut back off. So when she died, her energy left the room. But that's not the creepiest part. I will get to the creepiest part in a moment. So, my granny's television went out. It died. Her phone in her bedroom died. The corded phone where you hang on the hook. Just, you go click. And you hold it up like it was like the old phones. With the swivel cord, twisted cable. The DSL line, it quit. The whole phone in her bedroom quit. Her phone quit. Her TV quit. And her radio in the bedroom quit. All of it. But when we opened that door to go into my granny's bedroom, to our surprise, she collected dolls. And every doll that she had in her bedroom, all of the dolls' heads were turned. Every single one of them. Every head of every doll in her bedroom was turned to the main window, to the big window, as if, like saying, like she's gone, like she passed away. But every one of her dolls in the bedroom, their heads had been turned, their heads turned, almost like it was an energy to them. At that moment, they were all, when we opened that bedroom door, we saw all of those dolls' heads turned toward that main window. It was like, whoa. I mean, it was crazy. But no one, I've shared that before online. And some people go, yeah, right. You're full of crap. You're making this up. No, I'm not. Honest to the Lord. Honest to the Lord. And when I say that, I mean I'm 100%. They were all turned. Every single one of them. And now they were back to normal. So that's one experience. Another time, I was dealing with a lot of paranormal activity in the house. Also, a lot seems to happen around me. I cause a lot of things, or a lot of weird stuff will happen. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative entities or energies, but I'm very magnetic to these things. These things magnetize toward me. And so, one other time, I left a recorder on when I went outside and I would mow the yard. The sad thing is that phone crashed. And back then I didn't store everything to the cloud. Still don't really, just really important stuff. I've only started doing that in the past few months really. But I had a recording. I left the recorder on the tablet on. Back then you could use the EMF recorders. They were really powerful on those tablets. And I heard this voice. A mother said, "Where are you going?" And the child said, "I'm going to the bathroom." And I heard a child and the mother. I heard a whole family. And in the middle of the night, I was in 9th or 10th grade. And I was working on homework all night long. And it was early in the morning, late at night. And I suddenly heard a chair in the kitchen. And it went, "Coom, coom," and it scooted. And I would hear these sounds in the wall, scratching, clanking, walking, moving. And the ceiling, you'd suddenly hear all kinds of sounds. My grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, who was Cherokee, she stated that she saw a lady in white, my granny did too, go right through the wall, an actual ghost/spirit. And she was very connected to all of that kind of stuff. But whenever I'm really heightened, my energy's heightened, this stuff really happens a lot around me. But then my grandmother, great-great-grandmother, rest in peace to her, and rest in peace to my granny. Which I still sense my granny at times. I can smell her cigarette smoke. I can hear her. We can sense her and hear her. But the energy. And so she heard, after seeing the lady in white and stuff, this lady in a white dress, well, she heard the sink turn on and the water run, and then she went to check and it wasn't even on. Or it would turn on by itself. Or she would hear a marble go down the stairs, just go thump, 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 and roll across the floor. I've heard that upstairs. Well, there is no upstairs here, but I've heard in the top bunk. When I was little, I could hear the sound in the ceiling and I've heard sounds in the garage before of like, clomp, clomp. And I've heard all kinds of sounds through the house of just movements. Lots of spirit activity as well. I have seen and heard so many things, from paranormal, supernatural, cryptids to interdimensional, things like that. It's just a part of me. It's just something that I witness no matter what. I've done some interesting energy manipulation before as well. But it's just like it's a part of me. And I'll never forget these different things that have happened. Some of them I do, but I wish I could remember them all. There are things that I've encountered where I will see shadows or hear things that actually sometimes have been captured on recording, and people will say, well, it's all up in here. When your recorders capture it, there's no disputing it. I just hated that my recorders, my phone, all that stuff, just completely went corrupt. So I've got no more evidence and proof of it. But I have seen these things appear, and just I've heard things, I've seen things. And so one other time, when I was little, I was outside, and I've heard this before. I heard my name, and it came out of nowhere. I've got so many encounters that I want to share. I'll get to them. Gotta stop the video here, but sweet dreams and much love.